Okay, hello and welcome to Ctrl+Alt+Repeat, where it helps if it clicks on the button. There's 64 levels across 4 worlds, and it's a bit like Ctrl+Alt+Delete, Alt+F4, only up. I'm playing on keyboard and mouse, which is rare for me, because I've seen from the video of showed off what the thing is, sort of how challenging this can be, and while I'm a controller gamer, you know, like flying through the air, hitting targets and still swinging on other things is probably a little bit beyond what I can do on controller. So it's definitely one of those streamer challenging games. Okay, so space to jump. Thankfully there's a very forgiving circle on that. Yeah, so this could be okay. The physics are floaty. This could be a very, very challenging game. Now you could just cheat. I press space and enter the Konami codes and unlock all the levels, but that's just cheating. Oh, come on, we were on that. That's cheating a little too much for me. Okay, World 1. Very much struggling. I press space. I think there's a little input delay, but that's fine, you know. I am pressing space, trust me. And it's like, nope, you did not. And I know I could possibly just stand still and line up the next jump, but I don't know if he has momentum, you know. It might be that I need... No, he doesn't have momentum. Okay, so that's fine. Like, you know, literally it's not that hard. Oh, you had to say it. You just had to say it. But yeah, this is coming out soon. Obviously, I got set a key on Keymaker and, you know, given early access to stream it. The water's nice. Like, the robot is also very interesting looking. A little derpy. Very much excited and having fun at me failing. And obviously, you can tell it's a crash test dummy. So, you know. Okay. No! Kind of fitting. Death 11, top right hand corner of the screen, in case you didn't see. Also, we've got abilities, I notice. Q and R. Bouncy balls! And Q is a shield. And obviously, I've been using shift to sprint, but in this instance, I don't think it's the best. We haven't been tutorialized it yet, and the jumps seem like if I would sprint jump them, they would be too far away. So we are just walking with purpose. We're RP walking? Yeah, RP walking. I don't know why I wanted to say that was LP walking, because it isn't. Man, this guy's hands are actually pretty gigantic. This is made in Unreal Engine, so, you know. Fails entirely. I could Hackermans potentially put in my my metahumans. Okay, devs, I know you don't have that available, and like, you know, I don't want to really hack into the code to like just replace the asset with my character asset. We could probably just jump that last jump. But what if you enabled a feature to import your own player model? If you have player models that work in Unreal Engine, like, this would be really, really, really good for streaming then, because obviously there's a lot of VTubers out there with their VTubery models, and then there are people with literally Unreal Engine models like me who have like their own MetaHumans character, and it would be really good to play it as yourself, you know. Not just a crash test dummy. But what if you could import yourself into the game? I think that would be a really good feature to add. So, you know, devs, if you wanted to, like, I appreciate the key that you sent me. And I'm not going to cheat and unlock all the levels with the Konami code like you told me. Okay, so this one is absolutely, we're gonna need to sprint. But this first jump is deliberately not needing to sprint, just to make it a little extra awkward, isn't it? Just to make it a little extra awkward. Okay, world 2. No! Okay, it's interesting that the didn't fail. The icon for that being disabled is that going to be a normal jump on the next one after this one? Or is that a sprint jump? Okay. Is the icon for the others that aren't enabled? Now, I don't know if I've messed it up by, you know, all of the deaths and all the other things that I've been doing, but okay, that was apparently not a sprint jump. Apparently, I was mistaken. Damn it. But yeah, the character model is really, really, really good, but it would be, you know, even better if I could play with my character. My metahuman. That would be really good. Okay, so it might be a standing sprint, which seems to do like a intermediate distance, as opposed to you're already carrying momentum sprint. As you can tell, I'm really, really good at this game. I am the greatest there is, because probably nobody's actually played it yet. But undoubtedly carries momentum and he's slippy. Undoubtedly people will be doing this like 0 deaths speedrunning this and be the world's greatest, but this is only the tutorial as well. Oh, that was unfortunate, wasn't it? No! Did someone polish these platforms? Like they feel a little extra slippier now. Ah, damn it. Right, I didn't mean for him to be sprinting there. It's because I'd already disabled it. Right. Yeah, like, obviously, everything in Unreal these days is getting very, very pretty, but okay. Nailed it! Okay, World 2 done! I don't know how many deaths that was. There's got to eventually be something up the stairs, right? Why would you build these unless you're gonna hide something up there at some point? Well, it suddenly becomes only up. The only way is up, baby. It's you and me now? That's a boomer song. Okay, but we're gonna succeed as the platforms become ever narrower, ever increasingly narrow. Is he going oof? Like, okay, it's a football. But I feel like that's gonna be like to kill enemies, right? Yeah, I'm totally a 90s 90s hipster girl. Hipster isn't the correct term, but you know, I don't know what to call them. You know, the oh my god, like isn't it fantastic? Like, you know, I mean, it just is who I am. I can't help it, but I say these things. No, I probably grew up. These thinner and thinner platforms, and we're not even at the top of them. A little too. Is that actually in the music? The oof noise, like the random oof. Oof. Okay, these platforms that get increasingly thin and narrow. Yeah, I was trying to rush it there, but then, you know, we hadn't corrected. Sail away, sail away. I don't know why the start of that song made me think of that. Okay, what this game probably needs is Alt F4 has a really, really weird funky chicken song. Now, I'm not suggesting that they make one that's like the funky seal song or anything, but, you know, because of all the water, because I just randomly heard seal noises. But it would be funny. I knew I messed that one up before he even left. Like, I didn't start him walking in the direction. I just pressed jump. Okay, this is not easy. Like I said, you could just cheat and unlock all the levels, but what's the point in playing a game like this if you're just gonna cheat and unlock them all? Oh, hey, I have all the levels unlocked, ha ha ha. But you're just robbing yourself of, like, literally, like, oh my god, isn't he the best? But you are just robbing yourself of all of the points of playing a game like this if you just cheat and unlock everything and then beat the last level. The whole point is to play through. Challenging game. I didn't start stepping again. The whole point, and like I can't help it, okay? It just is part of me. Stilt Fella and other games of that ilk. There are quite a few of these challenging, you know, streamer bait games. But there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, menu music is playing. Is that slightly higher than the normal steps as well, then? Oh. I feel like that one might have actually been slightly higher, the way that he actually landed on that. There's no way that I need to sprint jump these, right? Because that would be far too difficult. I didn't start him walking before I pressed jump. I was impatient. Because he definitely carries a momentum. That is important. Now, I'm going to assume that they have play tested every single level. These thinner and thinner platforms, especially as he walks, and I can't blame controller drift on this one. Start walking before you jump. Yeah, you look at me in a judgmental way, sir. Is, you know, they would have had to have tested that every single level is completable. Obviously, they have a unlock sheet, but you wouldn't not test. Okay. Now I'm being very, very cautious in the way that I'm doing that. No! Stupid, narrower platforms. Oh, fuck off, Windows. I hate you. At least it didn't minimize the game. Like, I don't know what causes this. It's stupid. Whatever Windows have done, that, oh, you are pressing W a lot. Open up whiteboard or some stupid thing. Like, in Overwatch, that will minimize the game whilst you are in combat and fighting things. Oh, you are typing WS, you must want whiteboards. you are clearly not playing a game on the keyboard. Clearly not. Why would you ever be playing a game when you are typing game moving characters? Okay, down. The final leap. One giant leap for robotkind. No! We had it. I mean, I didn't want to stop on that, but we had that. And I was like, 19 deaths. That's pretty much the number of deaths that we've done all of the things. It's equivalent exchange. I didn't want to say it. And then we fucked it. But yeah, whatever Windows have done that makes it so that you are typing on the keyboard when you're playing the game, and it's like, oh, open up whiteboard and minimize your game. It's not good. Thankfully, it doesn't do it in Witchfire. But like I said, I've noticed in Overwatch, and this is saved. I thought we were in the water. This is only the second game that I've noticed it in, but it's still not good, you know? Like, it shouldn't be thinking, oh, you want to type things? All I'm doing is pressing WSD, space shift, WSD, click. Like, there's literally no special key being pressed that would remotely trigger this. So if anyone knows how to disable it forever, because, like, there isn't a way to disable it forever. But if there is some secret way that it doesn't tell you and no one knows about, or somebody knows about but I don't know about, and like I can't find anyone on the internet, let me know, because I would like to not. Okay, maybe should have held my momentum, but I was concerned that it wouldn't recognise my jump input again. Okay, 20 deaths. 1 minute 48 and 99 seconds. And we always have to check. Yeah, we don't need to see whatever's in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. You know, we don't need to see when our powers are up or anything. Blue trampolines have a set bounce height. Okay. Come on. You can stand on maybe not intentional physics. Okay, maybe cheesing it a little, but is there any such thing as cheesing it in a game like this? Now with it saying that there was a set bounce height, so I was like, okay, I'll stop pressing anything. I won't add momentum forwards, because he will surely land upon the jetty thing. Apparently, I was mistaken. Yeah, no, he definitely needs correcting. Have a set bounce height, and that bounce height is in the water. Unless I am supposed to be doing it from here. Like, was it because I was a little extra high? I think it's telling me because it's got a set bounce height that it's not. Okay, if I can land on the side bit, that would be a bit better. Yeah, fixed bounce height means it doesn't matter where I land on it from, it will always do the same bounce height, right? Okay, thanks Windows for bringing that up. People really cared that I had to clone my hard drive to fix what Windows did to break my things. Don't know why. It was like, you are not paying attention to the whiteboard thing, you must really, really pay attention to that. Okay, thanks. I didn't click anything special. I just didn't even care about that. Okay, so I wasn't prepared for where I was heading with that. And now we know. We're not going flying straight up to the islands like I thought. We are flying up to there. Okay, so I'm guessing it's supposed to land you on the second one, but it doesn't quite land you. Okay, so we're aiming for that then. Okay, nailed it. Now this is a very, very precarious piece of wood. Okay, nailed it. 4 deaths. Let's go. I will take that. 47 seconds, and always, I know you'll be at my show. Watching, waiting. Maintain your velocity. Never, never try to gauge temperature when you tend to travel at some speed. It's my velocity. Okay, that didn't actually take me as high as I would have liked. Okay, so if I go in slower, it's probably not gonna land me on the platform, is it? No. Okay, so I did actually need to gather velocity and momentum. I learned from what it was telling me. Because we barely make that at speed. Okay, so I need to land on that. Jump on there. Okay. And this is safe enough, but it is also kind of awkward. Okay, so we need to gather momentum. So I need to come back here. I need to turn sprint on. And then I need to realize that Okay, he bounces after death. That's interesting. I don't know if that's gonna be... Come on, you can stand on that. I don't know if that's gonna be high enough. Because we definitely don't have the forward momentum there. And we need some velocity. And I do want to be travelling at higher velocity. I just need to jump sooner. Okay, that time I fat-fingered Alt. That time I fat-fingered it. Yeah, that's definitely a sprint jump, isn't it? Definitely a sprint jump. Okay, right. Oh. So I need to head up there, bounce off of that, but because we maintain velocity, we jump even higher. And then I need to get to that one and bounce off it again and go up there. It was not a sprint jump. The second one? It's already ridiculously challenging. And there are, like I say, 4 worlds, so different themed worlds. Don't ask me what that was. Different themed worlds. Because it wasn't what I really should have done, was it? Yeah, I didn't correct myself or anything. Boing. Then 64 levels, so there's a heck of a lot of this game. Like a ridiculously huge challenge. I don't know how long I'll necessarily stream today for, because, you know, a game like this is very intensive. And maintaining focus for a long stream on this, you know, I'll come back to it. But don't think we're completing 64 levels today. Let's just say that. It's already struggling. Boing. And we're not that struggling, but nailed it. You know, it's not like we're just doing it first go, and it's only going to get harder. Now, I wonder if the 4 worlds are the different powers, because there's like a grappling hook power and things, and, you know, there's definitely interesting interesting and very challenging challenges. But if they do add the ability to import your own character, you know, I'll come back. I say this is how I'm going to end, but we're not ending now. Okay, I can just make that interesting. Right, I was making that harder than it needed to be. But when we do, I'll make sure that my character is, you know, me. Okay, so I tried jumping early, but because momentum is carried, he didn't have any more upwards momentum to make the jump that he actually should have had. Sail away, sail away, sail away. Like, there's just something about this bit of music that makes me think that. Well, we were able to do it before. But what am I doing wrong now that we can't do that jump up onto that directly anymore? It's fine. Oh, maybe it was this one. This one's a different height. Yeah, this one's a different height. Okay, right. Okay, I understand. They are not equal and proportional. They have their own natures. Okay, right. So this is not a sprint jump. Okay, but we do need to embrace it. We don't need to fluff it. And again, you know, people are just gonna know exactly the depths and jumps of all things, aren't they? And, you know, just exact positions, exact timings, and there are going to be people that know exactly how to do everything. Okay, that one sucks, but, you know, we're trial and erroring and figuring it out as we go. We haven't came in with a all-knowing knowledge of everything, like some people that look up how to do everything, how to collect every single thing in the game, how to do everything perfect. No, I figure it out as we go, because that's part of the fun. Okay, so we do need to have sprints on, but we need to walking sprints, and then this one is just embrace it. Okay, the little scary. Okay, we're at the top. Now, obviously, it's gonna have to be a sprint jump. Boing. Okay, we did it. But it's still a little scary. No! I didn't want to sprint jump at it because I thought, thought too much. You overthought it. Now, I debate that one, not being on the jumpy platform. But what do I know? Okay, so there's going to be all the big streamers' rage compilations of this now, aren't there? Well, when it comes out, you know, there's going to be all sorts of rage compilations and failed compilations. I think I might have just made mine. I should actually slash mark at that so that I can find it a bit easier. I mean, I'm not raging out, but you know, that's the biggest fail so far, and you know, you gotta make the social media. Gotta feed the engine, you gotta feed the dragon. So that's that's our TikTok, that's our short, that's our reel. If you're not following all of those socials, you know, check them out. The reels are doing ridiculous numbers. The reels are where it's at for me, like 19,000 a month. Not bad. Okay, but we're figuring out the science of it. 32 deaths. It's not a 64-bit robot. I'm happy with him just being 32-bit. You know, I don't know how many pieces he's in, but you want to keep him in one piece. The One Piece is real! You watch him miss now. Okay, nailed it. Don't run over. Don't run past the thing. Boink. That's, you know, that's quite a scary jump. Okay, we're keeping sprint jump on, but I also kind of need to, like, nail it. Oh my god, this is a horrible jump. Oh my god. Okay, so we can see that the world is on turtles, and it turtles all the way down, and we can see the edge of the world, and it is very, very much flat. So it's not an accurate representation of the real world. The world is flat! Oh, AI discovers the Earth is actually flat, and it turtles all the way down. That would actually be a funny touch. There. Put a little turtle head peeking out the end, you know, just just off the map, off the edge of the circle, you know, just a little space turtle head. Okay, maybe I wanted to be at the end of that. He's a 33-bit boy! He's a dead robot. But yeah, this would be really, really, really good if it was my VTuber character. Don't fall off. You know, it would be very, very fitting. And like I said, all the streamers would love that. You know, your own character just running about in the parkour challenge. Okay, we're getting better. It is terrifying. Why are you running to the right? And then I overcorrect. Why does he have drift now? Like, you're seeing that, right? Drift to the right now. Or is he just janky and his animation looks... Like, it doesn't actually look like he's moving, but it looks like he janks to the right in his weird Robocop-y looking way. And I also overcorrected in my brain because he looks like he's... I don't know. He seems to... Like, I wasn't noticing it before. I don't know if that is just something's broken and he's now actually drifting to the right. But... maybe after a certain number of deaths, it just looks like he drifted to the right. Okay, right. We are pointing straight on. And he is not drifting. Okay. Well, I screwed it because I thought he was drifting. Okay, Faith! Don't even need to look. He had to hit it, right? Now that's a death. 360, no care. Okay. I don't think if I did a 360 on the yeah, no, I'm jumping too soon. Right, fine. I think he might lose the forward momentum, so I don't think he'd make it to the island if I tried being stupid like that on the higher one. You know, it might look fun to do a 360, but I don't know. I reckon it would kill his momentum. Also, I can do this sort of 360. Which is gonna drop me in the water because I'm an idiot. But it's another type of 360, but again, that one definitely will affect the momentum because it's actually the movement, and you were doing that wrong because you need to jump onto the first platform. Not the higher bit. Then we go on the bamboo. Bamboo. Zold. Damn it! Can't believe we messed that up. Boing. Boing. And you just know that there are going to be, like, all the big streamers are going to be doing the streamer races, because that's what they do in these sort of things now. But they cheat. They look up how to do everything. They don't just do it. They go, oh, but I must know where all of the secret hidden platforms are for my stream so that I can look like I am amazing. And, you know, I will find all of the secret bouncy pads and all the secret shortcuts in advance, and then I'll just pretend that I've stumbled across it, but actually I already knew where it was because I'm a big fat cheater and I want to look like I'm amazing for my stream. Because I've noticed that some of them, they're not very good actors. They're pretending, oh my god, I found this secret shortcut in Only Up that everyone knows about. I know, wow, I didn't try and even go the proper way. I just suddenly went off exploring in this particular instance that's like completely not the proper way and not the obvious way that anyone would go, but I just happened to come here and stumble across this floating thing that just skips off half of the game. Just completely by accident. No! I thought for a moment I wasn't going to make it, and then I pressed right, and then I just walked him off of it. That was not clever. What am I doing? Why did I sprint that? That's the other thing with games like this, you know, like it's a lot of concentration and keeping the things in your head. And, you know, just a momentary lapse is enough to end up in the drink and fail and have to do it all again, which is why, you know, can't guarantee that this will be a long one, but I'm having fun with it. It is a... Okay. There's a chance that I'm accidentally hitting win or alt, and like if that brings up the whiteboards thing, maybe I'm fat fingering it. I need a bigger desk. I need just lots of other things. I really do. I am a small, poor content creator that does not have big desks and things, and you know, I need to mess with my entire setup entirely, but I really need a way bigger desk than I have, and I need to sort that out. I need to sort that out so that I can rest comfortably, because this isn't comfortable and my shoulder really isn't. Okay, are we sprinting? I think we're still sprinting. We're not still sprinting. Okay, so that was a lapse of judgment and forgetting that the things are backwards. Okay. That must just be to shield from something shooting you later. Because I don't think it's going to stop you from dying in the drink, is it? Right. That? There has to be robot customization as well, because this also does have multiplayer. So, you know, whilst I was talking about streamer races, like there is literally online multiplayer, so it's not like they have to just play on their own and, you know, on separate games at the same time and just race like that. No, they... Okay, what was that robot? They actually can be in literally the same game together. Literally. I know, right? I talk like that. I can't help it. It is who I am. Yeah, they can be in the same game together as well. So they can have actual proper races in this. Now, in these very thin and narrow platforms, I do wonder how that would work. Because obviously you're all going to be pushing each other off into the drink, and yeah, that's going to be hilarious. Just being Let's face it, it's gonna be hilarious, and there's gonna be some troll that's gonna stand there and be deliberately messing with their friends and preventing them. And I wonder if the balls and things, maybe there aren't opponents. There's gonna be opponents, but you could probably also use the balls and shields to store the P, but also to knock off your friends. So, you know, if you bounce the football in their face and just knock them off the platform, it's like, oh, they're ahead of me. Aha, you're in the drink. Okay, why is he suddenly gaining a lot more momentum there than he ever did on any other attempt? Am I just more confident? Or is there something going on with the controls? Like, he was drifting for a little bit, now he's not. And now I wonder. I didn't start running in advance. Oh, come on. Sometimes the hitboxes are a little questionable. Just sometimes. But yeah. Like, he's definitely flying a lot. How did he gain so much momentum? Like, he's gaining a lot more momentum a lot quicker. I don't know if it's to do with bouncing off these bouncy pads so much or what. But I feel like his momentum is exponential and he's just getting quicker and quicker. Which is going to make this maybe. You know, if he gains exponential movement there. Okay. Now, this is the hardest jump in this. You stupid robot. Okay, so I don't think I tried to stop on that last time. No, I did. I did stop on it, and it was fine. I just ran afterwards in a stupid manner. Okay. That pink platform, I don't know what's going on with that. Okay, he is definitely drifting right there. I was not making him drift right. He was 100% drifting to the right there. Boing. Okay. We're up. Whoop. Confidence! He's a very not slow and insidious killer. Now, momentum is maintained. And we have a higher vantage point here. An unintentional one, clearly, because it's bouncing us in a way that it doesn't want me to get up on it all the way. In fact, it just threw me off. Okay, this will have to be good enough. Robot, you stupid robot. Right. Yeah, don't even attempt it. Wow, that one has slippery physics that it doesn't want us to get that. Now, I know we could just literally jump to the first platform. Or the questionable physics could just not launch you at all. He hit it because he went boing after he dies, but now I wonder about something else curiously scary. Now, they've obviously prepared this one properly, but that one, like, we were probably moving so fast through it that we hit the death plane before we hit the bounce. I don't think there's any skip that we could do anyway from that, so it's not like, you know, the extra height would really matter that much. You know, I had to try and do something. You don't give up. If you give up, you've already failed. And you have not failed until you give up. Okay, right. We're getting better at this. So, you know, failure is not that bad. 72 deaths in. That was close. I wasn't sure if we were going to make that one. I was not sure if we were going to make that one. Okay, so. Ah! Okay, we're getting a little ragier now. Boing. Now that was just embarrassing. Never try to gauge temperature when you tend to travel at some speed. The velocity. $77. It's not going to hundreds. I'm telling you. It is not going 100 deaths. Yeah. There's no price on this yet, but, you know, judging by all of the other games that I mentioned, it's not going to be a lot. It'll only be, even though they are a lot shorter games than this is 64 levels across 4 worlds. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt, what I'm saying, because it might be more, but it probably is just going to be a couple of quids. You know, considering that there's a lot more in this, then it could be more, because obviously that's a lot more effort and a lot more game, and lots more. I really want to be able to play as my VTuber. That'd be really, really good. Okay, right, let's go. I know I'm doing spins. Confidence spins. Okay, right, let's go. We got this. I was partially designing like my own sort of thing in Unreal Engine, and then, you know, like there's a big streamer that's doing her own like VTuber collection-y thing, and I was like, well, why do it myself if I can get in on that? So hopefully I'm able to get in on that. I don't know if I necessarily am. There's a bit of ambient occlusion on that sign, like below it, and it was just distracting me and disgusting. Yeah. I noticed the ambient occlusion now. Like, just there. And then when I move to the signs, you see that. The ambient occlusion is disgusting. There was no way to turn it off in the thing, but I don't know if you can even see this on streams, but there's ambient occlusion. I find that so disgusting in game. I'm sorry, devs. I don't know. I'm not saying it to be mean. I just would rather turn off the ambient occlusion because I hate the look of it. It just looks nasty. Like, we don't need to see nastiness at the corners and edges of things. And, like, you know, when we're turning through the air, oh, you've left a ghost trail of your robot behind you. It's really disgusting. And I hate it. Like, it looks way better without ambient occlusion, so, you know, could we have an option to disable the ambient occlusion? I know I'm asking for the world here. Literally asking for everything. But, yeah, I need that off. Like, it is not good for me. I get that it's probably helpful to make things run smoother or something. I don't know what exactly the point of it is. It just makes things look disgusting, in my opinion. Yeah, like it's all the assets are so good. The ambient occlusion just ruins that. Okay, we're gonna walk carefully. Ah, okay, he gains momentum falling. That's actually pretty cool. Boing. I didn't want to overshoot it, so I didn't keep hold of the forward button. I needed to. I should have known that it would have been a keep hold of it from the way that it looked. We've been on this for half an hour. 86 deaths. I could tell it was a hold forward, but I didn't want to. Damn it. The death number rises. Yeah, like, all the assets are so good. There's absolutely no need for ambient occlusion. It just ruins it. The ambient occlusion ruins the ambiance of the game. And most people hate it. Most people hate motion blur and ambient occlusion, so, you know. But there is no options to turn them off. There is no option. It would be nice to have an option, but, you know, I can understand why they wouldn't want to give you the option, but, you know, it is a small dev team, so, you know, you gotta forgive them, but at the same time, I want I want to be able to turn off the ambient occlusion, please. Oops. Okay, now what if I dove for that? Is that too far? There's no way that's too far, right? Because these jumps are equally as distant. No! Science experiments. Failure. Okay, I'm doing it from a greater initial jump height. We do. Oh my god, we gain upward momentum. We gain upwards momentum. We gain momentum. Okay. I just need to correct his momentum so that he stays on it. But cheesy a little, perhaps. But I kind of feel like we've earned the checkpoint. Okay, so we are going up one way or another. We made it. Shit. Deserved. What do you mean deserved? Okay, so we can't miss our stop on the elevator. It's about 15 bounces in. Because nailing the landing is challenging. Who would have guessed? Okay. Right. I mean, getting him settled in the first place is the first challenge, because obviously, you know, he is maintaining momentum. Right, okay. Next one. Like, he gains exponential heights. Next one. Next one, next one. No, next one, next one, next one. Perfect! Exponential heights. Okay, now. You know, don't tease it like I did. Do it properly. We've earned this checkpoint. That pink platform is very, very glowy. No! Okay. Now I know what you're telling me here. Okay, so I just... That's not Alt. No, there's no way. Because if I press Alt or the Windows key, it brings up the Windows thing. That is not what's happening here. Like, I'll press it. That's what happens when you press that. It's just the tab is insisting that it gets paid attention to. It's like, you want to bring up the whiteboard. You really, really want to bring up the whiteboard, don't you? You really want to bring up the whiteboard. I don't. Okay. Now, obviously, you can tell what I was trying to do there. And that was to just keys it to the last jump, but I think we need to take it one keys at a time. The one keys is real! I do like that it did seem to be perfectly positioned for the keys. It's like, you know, once you get there, it's like he lands perfectly upon that platform. It's almost as though it was designed with that specifically in mind. Okay. I wasn't paying too close attention to the bouncy pads, and I realised I was losing him off center. We hadn't fully settled him down. And he was still transferring momentum all over the place, rather than going directly up. Okay, is this good enough? Two more. One more. Nope, I am stupid. I went too early and he hit his head. Damn it. Okay, right. Correction, correction, correction. And we're going to be top of the leaderboard, let's face it, for the time of this level. Unless other people have cheated. Too. And harder. And they're going to be like, how did you do it so quickly? I don't know, actually. Like, this might actually be slower than just running it, you know? Okay, next one. No, he hit it! He hit it! The Papega robots! Damn it. Damn it, Bossy. I don't know what his name is. It's not Bobby. Okay, right. It's time. You got this. Captain Finger Hands. You're not going to hit your head on the platform. Okay, right. You're going up and down. That's good. Right. Two more. One more. Ba-doing, doing. Nailed it. Okay. So apparently, I'm completely overshooting that. I'm not learning from my mistakes. Apparently, I'm not learning from my mistakes. Which we must learn from. Okay, so though it looks far. Okay. Okay. I wonder if I'm meant to be going. That's a very interesting thought you're showing me there, sir. I wonder if I'm meant to walk off that, bounce off that, and bounce back up onto that. Because it looks deceptively far away, but somehow we're jumping over entirely. Like, I see. From below. That one is a long jump. That one's a short jump. that one might just be a short jump. A little jump. Which, you know, we're overdoing. We're definitely overshooting it. Okay. But maybe... Okay. I think it's going to be harder to land on it from the bounce. Like, land on the other side. Okay. We're going to overbounce. This is... Next one's our stop. But we're going to ignore it. And we're going to be too close to the platform and get sent off in a horrible trajectory. Because I should have known that I was in a bad placement. Okay. Again, you know, it'd be far less deaths to just do it properly. But, you know, sometimes you gotta do it stupidly for the fun. Like, we've discovered something stupid to do, so we're doing it because it is stupid. Okay, right, so we're just gonna bounce on this over and over. And now we're in a sort of okay position. He says, he has no control over his momentum in any way, shape or form. Okay, we're just gonna land on it. Okay, right. Now, it's gotta be a leap of faith, right? A leap of faith. It is. Okay, perfect. Nailed it! 112 deaths. It went over 100! 1 minute and 6 though. Gotta be top of the leaderboard, right? Okay, they've got windmills that can probably... Rotating drums will roll you off. Okay. It's literally Ninja Warrior. Except he's a robot. Right, fixed bounce pads is... hilariously bad at jumping on them. Right, so... No! Okay, I mean, I always wanted to go on Ninja Warrior as well. Like, I reckon I'd have been pretty good when I was back in shape. I really need to get back in shape. Like, that's the one thing bad about COVID lockdown and everything. I never really got back in shape again after... Okay, so... Okay, I mean, they're not wrong. It do be rolling, and it does hold momentum. Okay, we're getting taught new things and shown new things. Oh my god, look how many there are. Yeah, no, you nailed that jump, didn't you? You absolutely nailed that jump. Right, so once we're on it, I should either stop running so that we can walk on it, or just run straight across it like I did before, because that probably is the best move. Nope. Okay, I halted my momentum because I thought I'd overjump the stupid thing, but you know, apparently that was a really, really stupid thing to do. Right. Okay, we turned off the running. Okay. I panicked. I panicked and jumped off. Okay, we're getting better. We are getting better, and you know, that's the other thing about games like these as well, though. Once you pop, you can't stop. But you know, if we do come back another day, we're just gonna have lost all of the muscle memory that we are gathering right now, and we're gonna. I shouldn't run and jump right. We're going to die a lot more. And probably forget half of the mechanics as well. Coming back to it. No! Damn it. Stupid. Stick in the way. Yeah, if you get caught by those sticks, right, so we need to perfectly time it, which is easier said than done. Especially when he slides off like that. Very much easier said than done. Yeah, it's going to be a lot harder to come back to. Okay, so there's our window, sort of. Sort of. There. Then I need to turn off sprint and land it. I'm amazed that he actually even hit the jumping pads because I didn't carry the forward momentum that I needed. So, you know, it's a miracle that he even did land that. But okay, so I think it really wants us to be a lot more careful than I am. Like that. Is that better? Except better. Okay, so these aren't red bouncy pads, so no cheesing here. Never accept worse, only accept better. Okay. No! Damn it. Why am I so bad at that? Like, it's just a tiny little yum. That's all it is. And how much the bad? Oh, pardon me. Okay. I mean, we're getting better. But I guess each level is its own sort of muscle memory, right? Okay, that stick there is a problem. Because it is right where I needed to land. And I don't think we really have time to pay attention to where that is in its rotation. Just have to hope that it's not in the way. Okay. Contraflow! Contraflow messed me up. I was like, when do I go? And then we failed. Okay. What was that, buddy? Why didn't you carry your momentum? Okay. I mean, it's not like that's because it's a bouncy pad that's bouncing so hard. Like, what happens if we shoot a ball at the exit? It'd be hilarious if it's like, you have won the game. You have beaten the level. Because you threw a bouncy ball at the exit. It's it. God damn it, Robo. We call him Rob. Rob the robot. Okay. Nice landing. I did click jump there, Rob. What was that, Rob? Roberto? Could you not land on that? That would be nice. not land on it, you know, could you actually land on it though? Like you were meant to. Okay. Again, trying to... No! Trying to time a jump with another thing that's rotating to make sure that we don't hit into it. It's a little awkward. Okay, confidence. This is fine. Okay, nailed it! stupid stick. I was preparing for the next one, then it's like, oh, you just walked into a rake in your face. Ha ha ha. Comedic timing. Sploosh. We were doing so good. Like, we were literally at the end. And then it's like, oh, but you were looking at the 8 inches ahead rather than the 6 inches directly in front of you. That's where you went wrong. You were looking too far ahead. Or not ahead at all, because I was looking to his left. Rather than the obstacle that we were currently on. Yeah, didn't maintain my forward momentum. Okay, right. This is the one. Nobody saw that. Nobody. Ew, ambient occlusion on these are very disgusting. Like, it's kind of motion sick to me. Okay, blah 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 blah. Safe, it's fine. No, you overwalked it, robot. Rob. What, mate? What are you doing? I am not programmed to be able to respond to that. Could you release jump when I press the jump button though? Error 404, jump not found. Okay. At that time I pressed the sprint button rather than the jump button, I'll admit. It's pretty hard to jump when you press the sprint button and expect him to jump. But on those other times, I definitely clicked the jump button, not the sprint button. I'm telling you. It's just it didn't recognize my input. Okay. Might be a little too slow. It's fine. Absolutely fine. Okay, this time we will not get raked in the face. Because I was wondering if I needed to sprint jump that next one or just a normal jump. And that's what slowed me down. And then that's why we took a rake to the face. But, you know, clearly we can just walk jump it. It's easier said than done when you have already... Okay. Worked it out, but at the time I had to stop and try and think and consider. Now obviously it's a big long log and it wouldn't really matter if I did sprint jump it and overshoot it, would it? But you know, it's things that you think of in the moment, and like you can't really look in advance because we can't really tell from this perspective, can we? It's a very, very, very long way away. Okay. So, you know, all the big streamers are going to be putting out the content the instant they see this. They're going to see me failing and they're going to want in. They're going to want to jump in the water too. There's going to be 8,000 robots at the bottom of the water. Yeah, like, you know, this is so the stream game. Like, there are literally no followers at the moment. At the moment! And I'm the first to put out content. Saved. So, you know, if they see it on TikTok and things, you know that they saw my stuff. Okay. Let's go! 63 deaths. And I'm not jumping off to make it 69. Always have to look. There's gotta be something up there at some point. Boulders will knock you back like a rolling stone. Okay, so It's also Fall Guys in a way. Boing. Okay, I see all of the balls. Out. Okay. Out. Out. Okay, that next platform is a little smaller than I was expecting. Thankfully, they don't kill you. Okay, that's problematic, isn't it? Okay, well, this is literally Ninja Warrior. Well, there's some show. I don't know what show it is. But there is some show that has these side bits that you have to duck down and dodge the rolling thing. It's some Japanese game show. I don't know what it is, but they're like more rubberized balls. No! Saved. We were there. Okay, that would need to be a slash marker as well. I don't know what the game show is though, but I recognize it. Okay. Ooh, those death slaps. That is kind of dirty, isn't it? 2 deaths. Blinds. Let's go. After it. It's not OCD. It's just there's gotta be a secret there, right? You can ride on bubbles. Who's Bubbles? Fuck my life. Okay. Good luck! Good luck, fellow streamers. Because this looks tough. Okay, so we need to nail the timing to land. Momentum skip. Okay. So we need to nail the timing to land on upward going bubbles and know exactly when we're meant to be going on them. And not jump off them. And they're very, very challenging to see. Okay, right. They do burst in the air, don't they? Yep. Yep. Okay, I had sprint on, which I thought I'd turned off, and that was what killed me. Okay. I mean, that's not the worst. If we die on the first bubble, it at least respawns another. Okay. It's actually not that bad. It's Frogger! It's actually not that bad. It just looks terrifying. Okay, that killed all my forward momentum. Okay, and then we just need to do Bubble Frogger. Which, you know, as long as we nail the timings. Shouldn't be that bad. Okay, now I understand what is wrong there, because these move faster, so they're not always perfectly positioned. That tiny bit. So I need to wait for the second of its bubbles. And not the first and obvious one. Oh, this one, fine. Next one, no, that we would miss. We need to wait for that one. And land on and not slip off of that one. Now, obviously, they're bubbles. They're soapy. They're very, very slippery. As bubbles are. You know, it's quite amazing that this robot doesn't pop through them, you know? Very slippery. You can see that we slipped off of the physics of that one. Very slippery, soapy bubble. Very, very, very slippery, soapy bubble. Bubble boy. Okay. Next bubble. Without slipping off of it. Okay, then we need to traverse. It's a Frogger! But we need enough forward momentum to land on it. That would be helpful. Gotta keep that forward momentum. Just keep going forwards. Yeah, it's a pretty good game. I'd recommend it. It's challenging. We're only in like World 1 still, so, you know, I don't know how many levels into World 1 we are. We're getting up there. Okay. I didn't like the timing of that. How high does that... Actually goes pretty high, that one. Okay. There might be a skip there. You might just be able to jump to one of the further forward froggery ones. If you want to ride it high. I guess that one goes extra high to be polite. Okay. Now, I was continuing to jump further forward than I needed to. Yeah, just grind the rail and not land on it. Because I was thinking that the bubble in front of us wasn't popping and we were going to hit into it and, you know, I was going to need to maintain some extra forward momentum. I was wrong. We didn't hit it. And, you know, as a result, we overshot the bubble. Okay, he does not want to land on this anymore. There we go. Right. Again, whilst it looks scary, this actually is not that bad. It's not that bad once you get into it, you know, it just looks terrifying. Okay, right. Why am I messing that up so bad now? And then once we're on that frog a bit, like we just need to go forward 4, and then we need to land on that one that carries us up, and then we're there. Like we're literally there once we beat Froggerland, and I know we messed it up once, and several times not landed back onto it, but that bubble's too close. But once we get there... Slippery bubbles! Those bubbles are also smaller, so... bear that in mind. And that also then maybe invalidates me saying, you know, once we get to Froggerland it should be easier. Because actually those bubbles are smaller and their hitboxes are a little more awkward. Which does mean... Why did I not stop walking again? Does mean we're more prone to failure. It's a good job that this guy's got rust-proof titanium armor, isn't it? Oh, I want to be able to run around as my character and do this, because it would be such good content. land it. It does give us less space, right? So we need to wait a bit for the next one, just to give ourselves more time to fall off it because the slippery bubble physics. Now, if these were cubes or lily pads or, you know, okay, he does like to slip off of things. Understandable. He is coming in and out of the ocean. He's probably very, very slippery wet. But if these were cubes that were, like, you know, I understand bubbles for the theme, but it does make the majority of... Okay, he often is just slipping off of things where he should just be landing. He does make it so that the hitboxes are awkward and he'll go flying off of it. Whereas perfect isometric cubes, he would obviously not be slipping and sliding off of. He would be landing nicely on the platforms. But that's part of the challenge. Oh, nailed the bubble skip. Totally meant to flippity slide and land on the bubble. Nailed that skip. Okay, right. But yeah, that's part of the challenge, right? It's just intentionally extra challenging. Okay. This bubble is moving quicker, which is actually more problematic. But then again, you know, it's Frogger. What do you expect? The lily pads and things move at different speeds. The further ahead ones move faster. And that's why you always end up with a frog in the water. Now, at least we don't have to cross a road with honking traffic and get past the death traffic that just comes speeding out of nowhere unexpected and kill you yet. It is only just... I know I sounded a bit like a frog. Yet. Okay. Trajectory and momentum are a thing. Fuck. Trajectory and momentum are a thing, and, you know, intentionally. It's just I didn't carry the momentum of the platform that we were on to the platform that was coming in the contra direction and jump in the right time, you know? I was accounting as though, hey, this is going to be perfectly stationary, and, you know, if I jump now, it will jump across, rather than accounting for the momentum and jumping early, like I should be like that. You need to account for the momentum. Now, because I knew that one was travelling faster, I overcorrected. And too much for the momentum. Now, that one was just embarrassing. Okay. Regardless. Like, it's not that bad. Like I've been telling you, it's not. It's actually... Okay, we did actually hit that bubble, but we managed to save it. Okay, I need a bubble me. Bubbly, bubbly. No! Okay, it's a little slippier than I would like. They are slippery bubbles! Like, again, it's part of the extra challenge, you know? You can't deal with the slippery bubbles. I don't want them turned less slippy at this point and made easier for everyone else. Don't make it easier. It is intentionally a challenge. This is literally the challenge of the game, so don't make it easier. Just to, you know, make it more consistent of the slipperiness of bubbles. No. make sure everyone must land on a nail pin head in a perfect position. I'm getting impatient there, aren't I? Jumping far too early. You know, because I know that there's no consistency to the physics of him landing on these things, and sometimes he slips and flies off them in interesting directions, and sometimes he lands on them perfect, but everyone must suffer the same and defeat it the same way as I have. Okay. At least it's not the same song over and over again. It's 3 songs over and over again. But, you know, they're good enough songs, right? We can make that one. Okay. That was because the bubble was out of sync from what I was expecting. And I screwed myself. I was like, what? It's here already? I need to go. I didn't need to go. I have time. It's sort of Plants vs. Zombie-ish music, isn't it? I wonder, did Super Shiki do the music? Okay. I was trying something new there. It didn't work. Like, it's very inspired by Super Shiki, if it isn't Super Shiki. Very much. But it could be her. It could be her music. Right. Let's do this. I need the next one. Faster than you expect. But still, I waited too long. See, that slight extra momentum on both of those adds up to like 3 times the distance that you actually need to calculate. So it's not double, it's exponential because they're both faster. And remember what I was saying about how once we get to the frog a bit, it'll be so much easier. I forgot to account for the Frogger time dilation of the faster moving things because I didn't think of that at the time. But you need to account for the extra speediness of the last bubbles and how much of a difficult challenge that's going to be. And now I'm just screwing it. Okay, we are starting to lose focus here. You know, there's a certain amount of focus that you get, and you know it's starting to fade away. But imagine doing all 64 levels in one go. I bet there are people and speedrunners that will, but like, you know, the amount of focus or preemptive knowledge of levels that you really need is a lot. Okay. I counted for it correctly that time, but this time, where's my bubble? Okay, so that last one, you're gonna need to faith jump that. That is complete faith that the bubble will come. Jump. Okay. Sometimes the physics on these bouncy pads is a little questionable, but again, don't change it. Because everyone must suffer the same. Yeah, that you have to have complete faith and just jump at it and hope. And expect a bubble to be coming. Okay. Otherwise, I don't know how you nail that one. Okay. No! The slipperiness! Although, Like, if you get close enough on that one, maybe they're sort of in sync. Maybe you skip that and go straight to that. But focus is running low. Focus is running low at this point. Okay. You know that there's going to be big streamers that are just going to sit and mainline this until they finish it and embrace the rage. And like look everything up as well in advance and cheat. But you know, I like to have a focus. Ooh. Okay, I know I should have jumped on the platform, but I was like, I can make it from there. In fact, could not. Damn it! Damn it! Like, you just know you're going to be shot at things, but again, it might just be for the multiplayer aspects of it. The shields, and you know, maybe you shoot at each other, and you have to shield and block each other to stop it. Okay, can't pop the bubble. I just wanted to. I left my sprint on, because focus is failing! Focus is running out. I had to test. Not that you necessarily want to pop the bubbles, you know, but maybe to mess with each other. But at the same time, yeah, no. I know I didn't wait for the second one. I thought we might just about have enough of a distance there on that one. I was wrong, clearly. I accept that. Okay, 100% that one's not. On cycle. Okay. Again. No! Again that. We're certainly getting there. But I'll definitely come back to this. Because it is fun. It's hard. But I can do this. We haven't even got to 90% of the challenges, but you know, we can do this. This can't defeat me. It will not defeat me. It will not. No! I didn't quite have faith. I didn't quite embrace it. I should have embraced him. I was like, I don't see it coming. I do not see it coming. You have to have faith. Otherwise, it will not appear and you will not be in the correct position for it. And because I was not having faith, I didn't position myself correctly. I was like, we're in the drink. It's not coming. I should have had faith and I should have put myself in a position where the bubble would have been. And we would have won. We would have had it right there if only I had a little faith. You gotta have faith. As George Michael would say. God, I'm coming up with all the really, really old references now, aren't I? Fuck. Okay. Death 100s. No! No! Fuck. God damn it. Alright, yeah, all the big streamers like Pokey and Penguins and, you know, well, Moist Critical. Like, he has multiple names, but he is the same guy. Yeah, all the big streamers, you know they're gonna do it. You know they're gonna do it. Like, part of me thinks that maybe Moist had seen my vaudeville stuff, because I think he might have seen that on TikTok and liked it, and then he played it himself. Because I do think Penguins liked my video on TikTok before he played it. I think that might have been how he found it. But I don't know for certain. Boom, boom, boom. That bubble's not going to make it. But you know, if you see him playing this, then he has seen my stuff. It's probably just because every big streamer's going to be playing it, but I claim credit. Premature! Gotta have faith! And also maybe sprint jump that. And also sprint jump. We were so close. Like, I know I'm talking of ending, but at the same time, it's like, I just, one more level, just gotta beat this. We're so close. You know, we can do this. Faith. Rah! That was focus failure. That is running out of focus. That's why I'm, you know, near to calling it. Because we just don't have the focus that I need. Yes, this is going to be harder to... Slippery bubble. Harder to come back to fresh, but at the same time, like, you know... God damn it. I think we need to, and then I can put out all the good, really good content that we just got. This is top-notch content, and no one else knows about it yet. So think of all of the metrics. No! But if you're liking, do remember to like, comment, follow, subscribe, and all that gears. And if you got Twitch Primes, you know. More streamers like me, it goes a long way to supporting them. It really does. So we can make that. You know, remember to use your Twitch Prime on a small content creator like me. Because it will go a long way to helping encourage making more quality content like this, where you can discover new and interesting things that, you know, aren't necessarily big trends yet. But maybe, you know, people will see them and then copy. But, you know, I find good stuff. I do find good stuff. And entertaining content is always provided, so you get your money's worth, and you get cool emotes to you in Twitch chat as well. And you get to fund the buying of extra games to create even more content. Okay. But not fluff it. Remember when you didn't fluff it? And there's like all these cool things that I've got set up for triggers. Not that Twitch ever triggers when I get a Twitch Prime. The Twitch doesn't like to trigger it, but there is a cool overlay thing that happens, and you know, if people use hype chat and things as well, there's cool things that happen that have not yet triggered. So, you know, if you want to come and trigger some cool and fun stuff, also I've got like all the Sangia stuff and everything. So, you know, there's lots of cool interactions you can use on the channel. That one we're not going to be able to make. All good fun. No! We are a fun stream here, and it would be cool to have you pop by. So yeah, do feel free to follow, like, comment, subscribe, and share. You know, feel free to share this with all of your favorite streamers. And you too can see them rage and fuck this up and see how many deaths it takes them to bubble over it. And not bubble up with rage. Because you too can ride the bubbles. Okay, well, the concentration is going. But we're so close! Oh, that upward bounce. They're probably, I don't want them to, but they're probably going to patch some of this slipperiness. And the bouncing pad's not quite going correctly. I don't want them to, but they will. But I want them to get rid of ambient occlusion, or at least an option to turn it off. Because that would be nice for me. And like I said, you know, the option to put my Unreal Engine VTuber. That would be really, really, really cool to have that running back. You do it! You can do it! Yeah, there's so many cool things on my channel that, you know, for interactivity and fun things for people. So do feel free to come pop by on Twitch. I should maybe try to figure out the multi-stream thing that they got going on, but now that you're allowed to multi-stream, but you know, it involves installing, and I don't know what plugins people are using, because like the Restream one is not really an option for me. Like, I don't want it to just have a big Restream logo over everything and just, like, be shittier quality. That's not for me. So if I can, like, I've got 35 gigabit down and 9 gigabit up. I should be able to multi-stream to at least 2 platforms and it still be the same quality and good quality, and have, you know, a little internet spare to, you know, just to buffer. But, you know, things to figure out another day, because I don't know what the big streamers are using to do multi-streams at the moment. I think there's an OBS plugin, but the one that I saw I don't necessarily trust. Like, some of the things in the forum comments were like, it's a virus, and then people are like, why do people say it's a virus? And then apparently it's really, really CPU intensive, which I don't really want to worry about. No! I just needed to wait a little longer, a little preemptive on the jump. Okay, so I'm not going to remember that for next time, but, you know, we want to jump. But also not. Yeah, that's just a fixed height. It's not a gather momentum one. Okay, but, you know, for a first session, I think that wasn't bad. Right, so we got up to level 8. level 8. Which, you know, isn't the worst, but again, you know, there are many more worlds. Castle worlds, purple, pink things and tropical islands, desert landscape worlds, and then pagoda worlds. But we'll be back, and we'll beat this. But I need to, you know, make all the content and all the different things, and our death count's not going to be accurate for this level. But that's fine. Anyway, that's where I'm going to leave it for today. Thank you to everyone that stopped by and for all of the support. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll be back on Friday with something else. Catch you next time. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye.